On June 30th, 2026, the United States Supreme Court issued its decision on West Virginia versus B.P.J. This story begins with a middle school student who wanted to compete on her school's girls' track and field team. In the official court records, she is identified only as B.P.J. That's because she was a minor when the lawsuit was filed. In many court cases involving children, courts use only initials to help protect a minor's privacy. In 2021, West Virginia passed the Save Women's Sports Act, a law requiring students to compete on school sports teams based on their biological sex at birth. State lawmakers said the law was intended to preserve fair competition and equal athletic opportunities for girls and women. B.P.J., a transgender girl, challenged the law. She argued that preventing her from competing on the girls' team violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment in Title IX, the federal law that prohibits sex discrimination in education. Welcome to Once Upon a Case, because the law isn't just for lawyers, it's for everyone. West Virginia defended its law by arguing that girls' sports exist to provide fair athletic opportunities for biological females. The state maintained that separating teams based on biological sex was necessary to preserve competitive fairness. The case eventually reached the United States Supreme Court. On June 30, 2026, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of West Virginia. The court held that the state's law does not violate the Equal Protection Clause or Title IX. As a result, West Virginia may continue enforcing its law limiting girls' and women's school sports teams to students who were biologically female at birth. Although this case was decided on the same day as Little versus Hecox, the two cases involved different students. Little versus Hecox involved a college athlete in Idaho, while this case centered on a middle school student in West Virginia. By the time the Supreme Court issued its decision, B.P.J. was publicly known as Becky Pepper Jackson. However, because the lawsuit began while she was a minor, the official Supreme Court case continued to use only her initials. It's a reminder that the official name of a case doesn't always change, even after a person's identity becomes public. Whether viewed as a victory for fairness in women's sports or as a setback for transgender rights, West Virginia versus B.P.J. became one of the Supreme Court's most significant decisions of the 2025-2026 term. And that's the story of West Virginia versus B.P.J. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, watch this case next.